Go ahead.
Given how things have gone with companies putting vaccine mandates in place, does the White House view this as a positive sign for how its own mandates for federal workers and larger companies is going to be treated?
We do. We see it as a good sign and as a model. And there have been some of these companies have been much bigger, larger companies where they have effectively implemented these mandates and requirements. And for the most part, we have not seen a mass exodus of employees. Yes, individuals have decided not to get vaccinated and then have therefore no longer been employed. That's nobody's preference. But for the most part, we've seen an increase in vaccinations in these companies, which makes workplaces more healthier, right? People feel more confident in these workplaces. It's also good for the economy, which is something that Goldman Sachs predicted, that the country would see a positive impact on employment as a result of the president's policy. We're seeing that in companies. A lot of these CEOs have spoken to that. Mark Zandi, chief economist at Moody's, said the evidence across the countries is that more vaccinations means fewer infections, hospitalizations, and deaths, which in turn means a stronger economy. Justin Wolfers, economist at the University of Michigan, said, viewing Biden's vaccine mandate as simply economic policy, it's surely the cheapest and most powerful economic stimulus ever enacted. So we have seen in a lot of places, and let me just give you an example because it's a really good one. United Airlines is obviously a huge company, 67,000 employees. They lost 593 employees, or decided not to get vaccinated, less than 1%. They're at a very high vaccination rate. That's a good sign, and we're seeing that in many companies across the country.
At the same time, the president's poll numbers on COVID have dropped. Is the White House concerned about that? How does it plan to address that issue, specifically because having people trust his opinion on this is a big question, people following public health guidelines?
Well, we think it's more a reflection of people being sick and tired of COVID. Tired, some of that is a reflection of people who are vaccinated being frustrated that there is still a percentage of the population who are not vaccinated, and that's impacting their daily lives. There was an assumption several months ago, before the rise of Delta, that we would be over and through it and back to normal at this point in time, and we're not. And that's frustrating, and that's impacting people. Ultimately, as the president has said many times, the buck stops with him. The way to solve it is to continue to get more people vaccinated, get people's lives returning back to normal, and that's what we're working on every day. Go ahead.
Thank you.